Survival in the wild. The Ceiling Nam will demonstrate to you how to be alone, living in an isolated jungle. From the construction of the camp to the availability of food, every link is 100% true. A perfect interpretation of what is called wild survival teaching. The book is a dense and unknown jungle. The ubiquitous karst rocks invisibly adds a lot of mystery. Want to survive in such a pristine environment? Must master various survival skills to avoid equipment and supplies drenched in a sudden rainstorm. Tyson details wrapped in a waterproof bag. Next, he will begin preliminary topographic surveys. This is a beautiful lake. The blue water of the lake indicates a certain depth. Might be nice for a makeshift bath. But considering the possibility of heavy rain later, Tyson turned around and started looking for a second camp. Compared to struggling in the jungle, he chose this natural riverfront channel. You walk on these trails like a jungle highway across a shoal. Tarzan came to a fruit tree. It's covered with mysterious wild fruits. Bright colors, fat and juicy. It will taste delicious. That's right, this is a close relative of figs. It is mainly distributed in subtropical regions. It often grows along shallower river banks. Birds and bats. And one of the monkey's favorite foods. The dry-mouthed Tarzan can't bear it anymore. It picked some relatively ripe fruit. You can see it after pinching it. It's like a dime on a fig. And the taste is, of course, on par. Saturated with moisture. The sweetness can be said to be very high. Lucky to find him in the wild. You must eat a 8 treasure in place and take some away. Tyson call. They even kind of want to camp here. Just continue walking for an hour at the highway. The road has gradually become difficult. Keep swimming upstream. He managed to stop by a stream. Clear water sources are sufficient for daily use. So we set up camp here. Absolutely the best choice. Cut down the surrounding bushes that get in the way. Tyson soon began building the house. These lie-flat straight logs are nice. Can be used as a hut skeleton because it's nearby. So, it's not that time-consuming from collection to removal. These dense vines can't be wasted either. All packed and taken away. As for the idea of building a shelter, he decided to keep things simple. This not only achieves efficient settlement, you save your energy. You know, there's a lot more for Tyson to do. This is a classic chevron tent frame. Tyson put some sturdy tree poles on the bottom. Then a large amount of green bamboo was prepared nearby. Well known. Lay the floor with this thing. The living experience directly multiplies. The roof covering is simpler and rougher. Just use these leaves to complete it. Well known. As long as the quantity is sufficient, it can effectively achieve the effect of heat preservation and water filtration. And it's not that complicated. Arrange bundles neatly like this. Then just clamp it with the upper and lower branches. This is a classic example of roofing. See if it is simple but not simple. When the housing problem is successfully solved, then naturally, the quality of living improves due to the limited internal space of the residence. So live warm. Problems like cooking can only be solved outdoors. In fact, this design is also good. At least ignition is now preliminarily solved. The basics of water and shelter. I see everything is ready now. Tai 3 immediately pulled out the guy. He got into the jungle. That's right. When collecting materials just now, he noticed. This is a patch of pine. It's active nearby. This thing is a bit sluggish though. But it's hard to capture with just your hands. The best way. Naturally, he rubbed a few sets of traps to complete the hunt. To survive long in the rainforest, learn to make at least 3 traps. Tyson's device is very grounded. It is also one of the traps with the highest success rate. It is a perfect reference to the principle of leverage. Capture the hare, Songji and other small animals, grab one, and make no sound. The core of this device is not the lasso. It's how to plant the bomb. Make sure the device is the only way through this passage. This increases the success rate infinitely. Solve the dinner problem. Of course, he doesn't plan to be idle during this free time. We must develop in an all-round way in order to go further and longer. To prevent getting lost in the jungle, Tyson would occasionally break branches, so it can be used successfully as a signpost. This trip is for nothing else. Precisely for this, plants that grow in thorns. It belongs to the same kind of bamboo. The texture is tough and firm. It is the perfect choice for bows and arrows. After all, there must be a handy weapon in this jungle. To increase the chances of survival indefinitely, I saw Tyson divide it into two. And then, piece by piece, we break it down. Constantly remove and polish. Make sure the surface is smooth enough. This process must be done carefully. To ensure that the bamboo pieces retain their good elasticity, it can be roughly polished into the front of the eye. Continue to rub out a few arrows in the same way. In fact, bows and arrows have begun to travel. The next step is to perfect the assembly of the core components. It can be put into use immediately. Yes, this trip. Tyson purposely carried a few metal arrows. It's a crude assembly. It can increase the great lethality after hitting. Of course, the premise is that it must be firmly fixed. As for fixing materials, sure enough, you still have to use tree bark to complete it. It's internal. The fiber is moderately soft and after tying it, the more you use it, the tighter it will be. So now everything is ready. Just the collection of job title materials. There are many materials that can be used in the jungle, but Tyson had his eyes on him. Exactly. This kid is going to use the fibers in the rattan to complete the final process of bow and arrow making. Don't say anything else. That was completely unheard of. How did it go? Have you been amazed by this kid, Tyson? Make another arrow belt. I can't stop wanting to hunt. So here's the problem. Is this hand-rubbing big killer really reliable? Let's move on to look down, to take hunting more seriously. Love 3 takes off its coat first. This is done to get closer to the target more stealthily. The second is training. Flight trajectory must be mastered. This way, the trajectory doesn't fall to the left when aiming. In this way, Tyson practiced for 2.5 hours. While the feel is still there, Tyson 2 steps and 1 step, about to start today's performance. Suddenly, the boy noticed a spring. Adhering to the principle that seeing is earning, he took a decisive sip. Friends who have drunk mountain spring water know it. It tastes authentic. After drinking it, I feel full of energy. Even luck is starting to blow up. I just took 2 steps and found out that the situation was correct. A grouse is leisurely on the branch. That's going to ruin Tyson. It looks like it should be 3, 4, 5, and 3 kilograms. In order not to alarm the snake, he decided to find a position with a higher success rate. Launch an assault. I have this kind of operation. Ty 3 is not discouraged. He quickly regained his confidence and continued to pursue. Let's look forward to it together. This kid's second wave of operations. Don't say it, don't say it. Let go of the hit directly. Since the next picture is relatively sensitive, we skip directly to see the finished product. The aroma is overflowing, fat and juicy. You can't eat 5 treasures and 8 treasures. I saw Tyson cut it into pieces. Then add to the pot and simmer until fully cooked. In order to fill the taste, Tyson also prepared some spices. Just chop it up. Then put it in the pot and cook at the same time. Although the appearance is a little poor, but for survival in the wild, it's a luxury. Tyson left the jungle yesterday and go deeper into the map. Want to be whole? Experience every bit of this land. He can only shoot one place and change the place. Compared to the previous period, the altitude here is getting higher. Plant species are also beginning to change. Wild fruits that can feed the stomach can be seen everywhere. As for the taste, that's naturally sour and sweet. That's me. Keep walking. The surrounding landforms are gradually approaching. The primeval forest is almost here. Tyson is finally approaching. The clearing of the stream stopped. Dense trees can serve as a natural barrier. Just clear out the build area. You can settle down here. Compared to the overall layout of the camp a few days ago, this time it's obviously wider and flatter. There are also clear streams to meet the daily water needs. There's no question, this is one of the few feng shui treasures. Considering that the celestial phenomena are gradually changing, Tyson decisively started the construction of the camp. These lying logs need to be put to good use. Must be taken away. Collect 5, 6, 7, at will. Homeopathy is processing it properly. There is a natural bay at the top. Just fork by yourself. Install the stock price effortlessly. After all, the camp can only accommodate one person, so the overall layout doesn't require a lot of effort. Fix it with vines. Homeopathy recreates the basic framework. Finally, spread the tarp evenly. As for how to fix it, that, of course, is also locally sourced. They spend a lot of time in the wild. Tyson has already practiced using the book for nothing. It took less than half an hour to get it like this. The 10 hut successfully meets the living standards. Smooth the edges and corners. Tyson always felt that something was almost right. And a comfortable, bright little bed. With him, the pattern is wet, and the quality of sleep on the surface explodes directly in an instant. Due to the high rainfall in the jungle, to make sure the inside of the camp doesn't get wet. Sure enough, there are still some minor upgrades on both sides. The material is large leaves. Combination ways for Asian bundles. With its addition, this wilderness hand melon shed is truly complete. See if it is upright, practical, and simple and generous. Homeopathy on the bedside rack stove. This quality of life has not gone up. Tyson, the nuclear water source issue in the camp has been successfully resolved. The next thing to think about is food. Friends who often watch the Wild Survival channel know that there's so much to eat in the jungle. It's not just 2 steps. Tyson discovered a bunch of mysterious fungi. From the looks of it, a similar assessment is made, but it is not. The most obvious is this small ring at the root. It's an edible shiitake mushroom. Delicious and nutritious. Great for making soup and stir-frying. Tarzan also covered some other plants on the way back. It's called Dacu begonia. It can provide good dietary fiber for the human body. You can even eat it raw if necessary. And of course, that's not enough. In order to balance the daily nutrients required, Tarzan found some more carbohydrate to eat. The locals call it sarai. The edible part is zimbo. So let's see. How did this kid put them together? Delicious. Sure enough, stewing over fire is the way to eat the soul. After all the nutrients are in the soup, while ensuring maximum discomfort. Also added flow in the jungle. Although the lost positive energy is sold differently, it means a little bit. But trust me, it tastes absolutely delicious. You know this kid hasn't eaten all day. I'm already hungry. So after a delicious meal, time has quietly come to the night. To fight against the unknown tomorrow, Tyson decides to go to bed early to recharge. The next morning, in the depths of the jungle, immortal air fluttered. After resting all night, now Tai is full of vitality to achieve a higher quality of life. He started his busy day early. Since the small shiitake mushrooms I ate last night tasted really good, today Tyson decided to have another meal. I'm sure you're familiar with these mushrooms. That's right, it's chicken brown. It tastes delicious. A little sweetness in the fragrance. Whether stir-fried, steamed or stewed, soup tastes very good. It's no exaggeration to say I eat as much of this stuff as I want. Tyson processed it with mountain streams. And then they say no, and they simmer. The cooking process does not add any seasonings. Preserve the original taste of the ingredients to the greatest extent. It's so delicious that I can't stop. Eating 5 treasures and 8 treasures brings a lot of strength. After 3 or 2 strokes, a brown fish tree fell. Tai 3. This wave of operation is not for anything else. Precisely for his carbon-rich star counting. This is the most common emergency food in the jungle. Certainly, his real target is this starchy tree. Sense only needs to be clever on its part for 2. The fluffy fibers inside are unobstructed. So how do you refine it into edible starch? Let's see how Tyson does it. First, create nails that are easy to filter. Then put a tarp on the surface. Act as a container for more convenient and fast processing. He also found a log that looked like a hoe. There's a tool at your fingertips. Then you just need to beat it repeatedly and mash it well. It's a long and laborious process. But I want to live forever in the jungle. It's worth the effort. When the hammer hits a certain level, he pulled out a headscarf to act as a filter. It just so happened that a rainstorm was sweeping in. Tyson called out just in time. Soaked in rain. Next, just a little bit. Just squeeze out the juice inside. After he slowly settles, the entire starch extraction process is now fully completed. With these things, you can make a staple food like sago. Of course, now this kid has no shortage of food. Eat the brown fish collected during the day first. Going around in circles, another week has passed. Tyson is still searching in the jungle. Since it is currently 3 volts. In order to fill the living experience, sure enough, the choice of camp revolves around the summer. This is a nice stream. Backed by the mountain and facing the stream, proper romantic treasure. However, considering that it is only a temporary residence, the construction of housing, he's not going to fight. Just achieve the effect of windproof and rain shelter. A little hand to collect some straight eyes. He soon begins setting up the camp. Works wonders to create the foundation bracket. Then the surface of the battery forms a platform. There's nothing particularly technical about this. After all, there are enough stones in the shallows to see. Not only has the floor been laid, the stream in front of the door has become clearer. Considering that the activity space is too final. Therefore, the rear slope needs to be expanded and widened. It takes so much effort for nothing else. In addition to living comfort, this one is more for prevention. Sudden flood disaster. The main thing is to strategize. Vines can be used as natural ropes. You know, living in the jungle, you have to learn how to use local materials in order to go further. Homeopathically separate the bamboo tubes in half to form a bed frame. This is one of the most down-to-earth laying methods. Learn this trick. Mom doesn't have to worry anymore. You are sleeping in the wild. As for the roof skeleton, sure enough, traditional people are the most traditional. Simply put on a tarp. You can check in 1 second to complete the construction. Is it simple and rude and practical? Less than 2 hours before and after. And Tyson's romantic hut is complete. While it's still a while before dark, he started cooking dinner in advance. That's right, the scraps are also kept. It has to be put to good use. So, how does this relate to dinner? Tai 3's wishful thinking has already begun. In his eyes, water absorption can not only satisfy bath drinking, it's a constant stream of free energy. It was inspired by the principle of hydroelectric power. Use the drive fluid to drive the runner. Although the whole process is a bit cumbersome, but you have to admit that it means a lot. Learn math and chemistry now. The gold content that is not afraid of traveling all over the world is still rising. Malu prepares some firewood. Tyson can't stop wanting to do it. Don't come over. In the blink of an eye, the chicken dies at the speed of light. Soon the oil of the expected person shines brightly, after fixing it simply and roughly. As the runner drives, and he started dancing along. The biggest advantage of this move, it is the ability to free your hands to do other things. This is not Tyson's favorite meat and vegetable hodgepodge. It must be arranged. Full appetite. Large volume tube filling. An unpretentious meal. Will add a lot of color to jungle life. Even if suddenly the sky starts pouring. With the protection of the hand-scraping shed, Tarzan is not panicking at all. Don't say anything else. This rainstorm will enhance the camping experience. Push to another height. Except, of course, there are so many mosquitoes. It can be said that there are no shortcomings at all. Cool nights even require a sleeping bag to keep warm. How about the huge temperature difference between day and night in the wild? I didn't lie to you. Here is human civilization and primitive. The junction of the land. Karst jungles everywhere. This land has been perfectly wrapped. You can see it through the screen. This is a jungler's paradise. As long as you have exceptional courage and survival ability, you can live here indefinitely. This is not. Tai 3 has been going around in circles for almost a month. Whether it's the beautiful stalactite caves, or the thousands of birds and beasts here, let him linger. So searching for a morning, Tyson quickly found a foothold these days. This is a huge rock formation that provides shelter from the wind and rain. The slightly tilted angle gives a sense of security. And here's the thing. Nearby caves successfully attracted the attention of this kid. After the camp is perfected, you have to go in and find out. Considering that the residence is only for temporary residents, so the construction direction has to revolve around simplicity. Rough to unfold. Malu cleans up the residue and waste soil. Tyson decisively pulled out the thickened tarp. The next step is to collect just a few vines. Just cut some more for tree pressure. That's right. These things can act as natural ground nails. So, as to upgrade the waterproof part to a 10. This approach can be said to have been tried and tested. Look at it, less than half an hour. And you're done building that one stone at a time. We had shelter. And then of course we have to deal with food and water. Don't worry, Tyson has already thought of a solution. You start with a bamboo tube. Just leave this section for water storage. As for the water storage point, he chose this raised stone at the entrance of the cave. A steady stream of water. At first glance, it is safe drinking water quality. It goes through layers of rock. The taste is sweet and delicious, and it is clean and hygienic. This successfully solved the drinking water problem. Finally, of course, the preparation of tonight's meal. To save time, this kid actually approved a lot of firewood in advance. So you can eat as soon as you find food. As for what to eat tonight, it depends on what God is ready to give. These little rainforest frogs are pretty good. The meat is just elastic teeth, a rare source of food in the wild. But this kid is not going to eat it. But as a fish. Exactly. Tyson keenly noticed that there was a giant object hidden under the water. Using these little frogs as bait may be a bit extravagant. But compared to a giant in the water, it seemed like a good deal. I saw that he had placed at least 8 fishing rods on the riverbank, so he can free his hands to do other things. After all, this key doesn't work. He still has time to find other food alternatives. This pile of white tender mushrooms hidden in the non-firefly bushes. It's the most popular assessment in the rainforest. Rich in nutrients and tender in taste, it can be eaten as a food reserve. And of course, there was so much turmeric. It's a great healthy food. I have to admit that rainforests are really abundant. It's no problem to eat 5 treasures and 8 treasures every day. Back at camp it's night. The fishing rod arranged during the day will be discussed tomorrow. Eat them tonight. As for the bamboo tube, naturally, it is also fully packed. Crystal clear. It can be drunk normally even if it is not boiled directly. The hungry Taizan couldn't help it. After all, I haven't eaten normally all day today. Zhao Guanli does not add any seasonings during the cooking process. Stew directly to retain the original taste of all ingredients. You can question the almost meaning of selling, but the taste and nutrition are absolutely off the charts.